I've got thousands of puzzles in my collection, but the Rubik's Cube is still my favorite. It is the most popular puzzle in the world after all. And you know what? I've made my own modifications of this classic 3x3 to make it easier, harder, more interesting, or just completely impossible. This one is the simplest mode. I've just changed the stickers on the regular cube. But even that allowed me to create both the easiest Rubik's Cube in the world and the hardest 3x3 out there. Sounds weird, but it's true. This one's fully solved now. And with this cube it's pretty straightforward. I replaced all the stickers with a single color. What came out is a sleek minimalist cube. Kind of designer version. It's called Zen Cube. No matter how you twist it, it always solved, and that brings you some peace of mind. Some even call it a cube for blondes, because literally anyone can solve it. But here's the catch, you can't actually scramble it. Not that you need to, it just looks really good as it is. This one is called the Molecube, the Molecule Cube. It is the most complex sticker mode I've ever made. Instead of 6 colors, it uses 9. And the goal it is to make sure that no color repeats on any side. But as soon as you make even one move, you'll see matching colors show up on the same side. And that's not allowed. Each piece on this cube has the same color across all its sides. For example, corners have 3 of the same color, edges have 2, and centers just 1. To get it into this position, I had to do a lot of tough math and spatial thinking. Sewing it was super hard, but very satisfying, and now it's finally complete. Here's another sticker mode. I completely changed the stickers. First one has a number instead of colors, and the name is Sudoku Cube. The goal is to make sure that numbers don't repeat on any face. Right now it is solved, but even after a few turns, it got scrambled. And solving it again is a real challenge. You also have to turn the centers. There is a special algorithm for that. And now 5 is positioned just right. That makes it way more interesting. You solved one face, it doesn't mean you solved every other one. That's the extra difficulty with the Sudoku Cube. Now meet the Chaos Cube. It can be solved and scrambled at the same time. It has 3 layers of stickers. Big outer ones, original colors of the cube, small center ones, and tiny in the middle. There is the white side, the red side, and the green side, and so on. We can solve, for instance, just the outer layer, like we're doing right now. Ooh, that was tough. And now it's solved by the smaller stickers. You can also solve the tiny ones. They form the exact Rubik's Cube colors pattern. That was even harder, but now the tiny center stickers are in place. Chaos Cube really brings chaos to your brain. I love experimenting with puzzles, especially when all it takes is some clever sticker work. So, which mod did you like the most? Let me know in the comments. Here's the Rubik's Cube I made more difficult. Not with the stickers, but spikes. Each piece has these sharp spikes, making it almost impossible to hold or turn. Still, let's give it a shot, I guess. Honestly, I don't know why I made this, probably just to make sure no one could solve it quickly. Back when I built this dangerous cube, it seemed more fun than painful. Cube may look scrambled, but for some reason I feel like this cube scrambled me. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. That was a bad idea. You can only hold this cube carefully and then maybe grab it properly. So yeah, even a regular Rubik's Cube can become impossible without changing the colors or mechanism. Just add a little pain. But this next cube, no stress, just pure relaxation. This is the Rubik's Cube Pop It. Remember when dolls were trending? I have no idea what inspired me to make this, but once I did, it became my most popular video on my channel. I mean, just look at it. This cube is really cool. It's not just a Pop-It cube. It has a special feature. When you press it, the pops bounce back. Let's try solving it. Honestly, this might be one of my favorite inventions. So if you like the Pop-It cube, drop a comment. This Rubik's Cube isn't just unusual, it's completely made of paper, and in my collection it holds a special place. Because making it took a lot of time and effort. Every single part here is 100% paper. Sure, it's not that fast, but I bet it's still better than your first Rubik's Cube from a random dollar store. Seriously, buy a proper one. To start, I had to draw every single piece on black paper, then cut everything carefully, every single element, even the hidden internal mechanism inside. Then I had to assemble it with the special joints, glue it all together, and do it all precisely. But the result? A fully functional Rubik's Cube made of paper. And yes, you can turn it. It's kind of a miracle. I love it. And it's super light too. Just keep it away from fire. This next cube may look normal, but it's not. I designed it myself and it's held together entirely by magnetic force. Every piece contains magnets that keep everything connected. And the cube works just like a regular 3x3, which is pretty amazing. And the sound, just listen to these clicks. I modeled each part myself and printed it on my 3D printer. By the way, I love 3D printing, it's one of my favorite hobbies. So if you're into that too, make sure to subscribe, I've got tons of cool stuff coming. Even the stickers on this cube were custom designed and printed. When it's solved, it looks like an ordinary cube. And honestly, I am really proud of it. Bonus, you can also just manually set the pieces into the place. So even if you can't solve it completely, you can still make it look finished. This puzzle was also printed on a 3D printer. Okay, maybe not technically a puzzle, it looks simple, but 3D printing lets you make wild designs, like this fully functional 2x2x16 cube. I've only solved it once or twice. It's tough and it's really hard to turn, but it's fully 3D printed, built around a normal 2x2 mechanism. Inside, there is a clever system that lets all these flat pieces move properly. But if that one is the simplest and this one is the hardest one, I also made something else. I created a 3x3x9 Rubik's Cube. This puzzle never existed before. I had a dream where I held a 3x3x9 cube in my hands. But it didn't exist anywhere, so I made one myself, combining two other puzzles that did exist. And it worked pretty well. It's a very cool idea and also really hard one to solve. Just a few turns and boom, total chaos. Which one would you try to solve? 2x2x1, 3x3x9, or 2x2x16? This puzzle right here I made just for you, because even you can solve it. It is the easiest cube in the world. The 1x1x3. Doesn't look like much, right? But making it was pretty hard. I had to cut, glue, sand, polish and paint a regular cube. And back then I didn't have tools, just a pure motivation. I called it the Australian Cube. I don't know why, it just feels Australian. This next one is the most valuable cube in my collection. I made it to celebrate 100,000 subscribers. Yep, there was a time when we hit 100k. We've passed that now, but just look at this masterpiece. It's a YouTube button cube. and it's fully functional. And the coolest part? It is 100% handmade. I picked out 2 specific Rubik's Cubes and combined them together. Every single edge was processed manually, and I think it turned out great. And yes, it actually works. Scramble it and you'll see, it is a complicated cube, but it can be solved. One day I want to make a new YouTube button cube, but for 3 million subscribers, so if you want to see that happen, hit that subscribe button. Why is this cube 3 times harder than normal one? Because it is 3 by 3 by 3 by 3. Basically, I combined 3 cubes into one. It looks awesome, but it's insanely hard. Now I have to solve not 1, but 3 Rubik's Cubes at once. Each cube blocks the movement of the others. Like, I can't turn this face until I reposition another one. That means we can change the position of the cubes to make it even harder. When I made this cube, even my friend, a speedcuber, couldn't solve it. He can usually solve anything, but this one? Nope, even he couldn't figure it out. You can stack as many cubes together as you want. Meanwhile, this one, that 3 by 3 by 3, just exists. I promise you won't find another puzzle like this one, because it's totally custom. These aren't normal 3 by 3 cubes, they're void cubes. They don't even have centers, and they don't have an internal core either. They're completely hollow, which makes it possible to combine them. This is how I created the Rubik's chain. Pretty cool, right? Each cube here is already a feat of engineering. Creating cube without the core is difficult, and combining them was even tougher, because you're joining 2 hollow puzzles. Honestly, it looks less like a puzzle and more like an art. I think I'll just leave it on the shelf for a few years, let the value grow up. This next cube is totally unique. There's only one in the world. It's a custom-painted Rubik's Cube, designed by a real artist. Each side shows a space-themed painting. Planets, satellites, stars, galaxies, it's all here. And the detail is incredible. What makes it hard is you can't rely on colors. You're solving pictures. Sometimes you're matching a star's ray, not just a red square, and that's the next level. This cube is a true art. The artist sells pieces for tens of thousands of dollars. Can you imagine the price of this puzzle? With abstract designs, solving becomes even harder than regular color cubes, but I had another idea. It's called hydrodipping. I dipped each cube into water with a floating paint layer, and it absorbed these beautiful patterns. They turned out amazing and extra difficult to solve. This might be the strangest mold I've ever done. Just look at how the colors blend. It's mesmerizing. I'm even scared to turn it. Oops. Wait, how to turn this back? Uh-oh. I scrambled it. No worries, I've got a spare. Now this one's interesting. 3 colors on one side, 3 on the other one. I created this. This is the Rubik's Cube for the blind people. I dream of teaching blind people how to solve it, because you don't need sight, you just feel it. Each color has its own texture. Blue has a dot, violet has a big bubble, yellow has a button, green has a square, and red has a pin. I've tried solving it blindfolded, and I actually did it. I made it using simple materials, just office supplies, but then I took it even further. The next version, made with a 3D pen. Each face has its own plastic texture. White is smooth, green has crosses, very distinct. Yellow has small dots, red has 4 dots, blue has stripes, orange has a square, This version feels much better and could be solved much faster. But since that was just a prototype, I went ahead and printed a proper one on a 3D printer. All the stickers are identical and tactile, and it turns perfectly. Now it's a complete Rubik's Cube for the blind, printed on a 3D printer. I found it on a shelf next to the pickles. Okay, just kidding. It's a Rubik's Cube in a jar. One of my favorite impossible objects. Like a ship in a bottle, but way harder. First, I found the right jar. Then I disassembled the cube and used rice to hold everything in place while reassembling it inside. So if you want to make one, you'll need a Rubik's Cube, a few hours, a perfectly sized jar, a pound of rice, and one wild idea. These felt the strangest cubes I've ever made, but not my whole collection. If you want to see more videos like this one, hit like, subscribe and ring the bell. Thanks for watching. You were on the Cubasticyt channel. Bye bye.